Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your great support to this channel. Now, heavy security deployment team have been done by President William Ruto's administration in Uhuru Park today. And as we know, whatever is taking place today in our country is what we call Saba. Saba was done by several people, political leaders, and one of them is none other than the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga and the team of James Orengo and those who have died. And people normally celebrate the Saba as a remembrance for the heroes and heroines who have fought for this country. But today, it seems to be ironical in our country as the Gen Z had got that interest to celebrate it in Uhuru Park, which has forced the current head of state to deploy police officers in Uhuru Park. And as I am just displaying the writing or the photos, which is well written, that more security in Nairobi ahead of Gen Z memorial concert at Uhuru Park. It means that President Ruto seems to fear, tensed, and in no longer still at peace as Gen Z are still storming his administration. Remember, he have deployed the same police officers in roadway to State House because he feared that these people might even celebrate towards going to State House and several places in Nairobi CBD. I want us to break this into analysis and ask ourselves that why is President Ruto having such kind of a great fear and deploying the police officers in Nairobi Uhuru Park? That is what we want to discuss, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a kind of coming back from Gen Z with our great forces. Before I carry on, may I take this golden chance to thank the new subscribers who have subscribed to our YouTube channel. I want to appreciate you so much and acknowledge you, because if it was not your support, then this channel would have not reached where it is as at now. I want again to appreciate members for their great support that they always have to this channel. And I have notified that some of you are watching this video, but they never mind or they never think of giving it a thumb of like. Please do me a favor, take just 1 second and like this video. When you like this video, it will reach several people in the YouTube community, and it is a kind of job offer you are doing to this our platform. And therefore, welcome all to the best home of political observation. Let's proceed. The first question we must ask ourselves that why is Ruto having interest to deploy police officers in Uhuru Park? Because the Gen Zs was having a kind of honor to the Kenyans who were killed during the protest. And this is well illustrated in our constitution. That is the first thing we must know. That when people are celebrating, our forefathers had also celebrated this. But this is ironical that Gen Zs had requested Uhuru Park in Nairobi from 12:00 p.m. to 7:00 p.m. and the gates were to be opened at 9 a.m. and it was free entry on a Sunday, 7th July 2024. So, ladies and gentlemen, number one, Ruto fear that when this movement is going to occur, some businesses are going to be stormed, and maybe, as we know, each and every thing is taking place in our country, we must have some thugs, some goons. Maybe there were some leaders in the government could have planned to destroy that celebration without even the current head of state concert. We recall whatever took place in Nyayo House, not City Hall, sorry, in Nairobi. It forced even the current governor of Nairobi, Johnson Sakaja, to respond and apologize for that uncouth behavior. So Ruto have deployed the police officers to stop this celebration because he had fear and he had that mentality that these people might also storm the state house if he's not keen, because Gen Zs are so energetic, they are so wise. But after all, I don't think if they were going to have chaos or to create chaos in this country, because they were just celebrating. And again, my second observation, it is a kind of denying these people their freedom. The current government is denying people's freedom. These people were just celebrating for those who lost their life during demonstration. But they have ever tweeted, they have ever come out and raised alert that we are going to the street, we are going to storm the street and demonstrate. They have never said that, and let us not lie. And that is why Ruto is now have now deployed the police officer using the both Aden Duale and Kithure Kindiki's support or effort on that movement, which I can also conclude that let them enjoy power, because when you are still in power, you must enjoy and you must do any means to ensure you retain the seat. Ladies and gentlemen, our third observation on this is because Ruto seems to have hostile ground, and that hostile ground is emerging when his administration is still gaining fear on this Gen Z celebration, which had been planned in Uhuru Park, and the photos which now had displayed is just clearly indicating that these people had made the police officers, the security officers, to tensed, because they had that mentality that Saba march, these people might march even to State House, from Uhuru Park up to State House. And that is why Ruto have decided to deploy those police officers, and it has forced him even to add more police officers department, not only one forces in the country. That is whatever is now happening as we are speaking. Then in a conclusion, Babu Wino also condemned this, and he had encouraged the Gen Zs that don't fear anymore, but just be courageous enough to tackle the situation happening in our country. Babu Wino also had encouraged them that reggae will not stop. We recall the reggae of Raila Odinga. And again, he had tagged other people like Okia Mtata, who is supporting the Gen Z's move. And again, he had described this using barbecue, whatever barbecue, I don't know, was using. But when you look at this, you'll realize that government had some fear, and they are really keen on this movement. Even if the Gen Z are going to celebrate, let's assume that they are going to celebrate this in Uhuru Park, they are not going to have a free space, because each and every police officers have been deployed there due to William Ruto's fear that these people might even storm the gate house, the state house gate, and enter there. Remember, many things happen in Saba. Several things normally take place in Saba. So, as we are all aware that Saba, this is not the first Saba we are experiencing in our country. So it is a little bit tricky, and let's hope and see if these people are going to be given that chance, because Saba, it has happened and it's still happening, and I am also surprised that nowadays why Saba of this today Raila Odinga have never talked on, because we were expecting him also to lead us on this Saba. But after that, in a conclusion, I want to say, in God we trust, and if we trust in God, all others must bring us into a conclusion. And nevertheless, we must also check for a better future in this our country. When we come together as Gen Z, great things normally happens. And I want to just inquire the police officer to allow the young and energetic youth to celebrate their heroes and heroine who fought for our country. And therefore, it is a kind of multipartism, it is a kind of embracement, political peace, stability, and it's a kind of exercising freedom of expression in our country. Ladies and gentlemen, drop your opinion at the comment section below. That is what I had to share with you at this moment, and happy Sunday, and I wish you all the best. What can you say on heavy police deployment in Uhuru Park under William Ruto's administration? Thank you so much.